Ah, beautiful performance there by Darone Okoli. He's right here on the couch. He's an actor, athlete, and musician. Best known for his recurring role as Sal Dominguez on All American and Larry Johnson's on the Emmy Award-winning HBO series Winning Time. He was also on the rise of the Lakers dynasty. He also has a leading role in the Emmy-winning Disney series The Crossover, and has appeared in numerous hit TV shows like SWAT Black, Lightning, and Bob Hearts Abishola. Hey, Darren, how we doing?
Great, I'm blessed. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here. It's such amazing to have you right here with us on the show. I mean, you've been doing it since 2017.
Yeah.
And talk to us what the experience has been like at the time when you wanted to get into the industry, that's in Hollywood.
Yes.
What was the experience for you like? Were you accepted? Was it an easy journey? Talk to us about your experience.
Definitely wasn't easy. I grew up in the States, in Washington, D.C.
Right.
And I wanted to act ever since I was about 4 or 5. I remember watching the TV, and I told my dad, my stepdad at the time, I said, I want to be in the TV. And he said, no, it's called acting. I'm like, okay, well, I want to do that. My first audition was Disney Channel, and they told me I didn't have it, like I wasn't good.
With a pretty face?
No, they said I wasn't
they're
good.
mean.
I know. I try not to take it to heart, so I started playing sports, baseball, football. And when I got to college in Atlanta, I started in extra work, behind the scenes. And then I didn't like the way they was treating us behind the scenes, so I said, I want to be like the main actor, right?
Yeah.
And my first audition was Black Lightning, which is on CBS.
CBS,
I did
yeah.
that one. And a couple other shows, but I wasn't accepted. I had to find my niche in a way, work on my accent, work on my pacing, and ironically, I'm on a Disney show now.
Oh, look at that, right.
But yeah, man, the industry for us, man, is growing. It's not like it used to be. We have to know our worth and take roles that definitely sells us the right way.
Okay, let's talk about auditions for a minute, because I know that it can be quite, would I say, challenging for a lot of actors who have to go for so many auditions. And even as a Black actor as yourself in the Hollywood industry, where it's competitive, it's saturated with a lot of talented people, and you have to go for numerous auditions. Talk to us a little about what that does to you, also and how it affects your mental health, because I know that the struggle is real, and it sometimes sort of affects us in ways that it kind of knocks us down and you want to give up, and then you're like, no, I want to do this.
Yeah, when I first started, I put the industry before my family, before, everybody, because I wanted this that bad. I always say, you will love Hollywood, but it will never love you the same.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to go to auditions when I first started, it wouldn't say a race. You just go in and then a Caucasian will get it or Asian will get it. And I'm like, you guys got to be specific on what you want. And it's so, it's weird, man, because it will affect your mental health. Our number one job is audition. That's all we do all year is audition. And some people take it as we're not enough. We're not enough, or we ugly, or you fat. You start thinking so many things about yourself, man. That's why I have a prayer that I say before I go on every movie set, man, to just know myself, know that I'm beautiful. You have to know yourself before anybody else can love you. You got to know how to love yourself. So the industry is hard when it comes to auditioning, but you just got to know you're enough, and know who your God is.
Before we get into bridging that gap between Hollywood and Nollywood, because we see a lot of Nollywood actors now, gradually getting into the Hollywood industry and playing some roles. But let's quickly touch on, I know that a few years ago, I think sometime last year or 2 years ago, there was a strike with the screenwriters.
Yes.
And now the studios are on strike. There's been a cancellation of shows.
Yes.
Some of your shows have been canceled as well. And I mean, how is this affecting actors? Because I mean, they're not getting paid, they're not getting to work. What do you have to say about this? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, the strike happened. It started with the actors, I believe, and then it was the screenwriters. And a lot of us was doing a lot of roles, and when it came to residuals from like Netflix and multiple networks, we wasn't receiving a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I hate to say the white man or the Caucasian man in power was receiving the benefits from a lot of our work. And the strike happened, I forgot how long it lasted, but a lot of actors, man, some of them killed themselves, some of them lost their homes, couldn't take care of their family. And it was hard, you know. I feel like the strike is still going on. Even though it ended, it's still going on because the business is slow. We're not working, you know. So a lot of actors are going into music or going back into their hometowns, producing their own movies. Now, Netflix has definitely come over to Nollywood.
Nigeria.
Yeah, Netflix is doing a lot for a lot of people. You know, they're giving a lot of people their own shows,
right.
and I think we receive residuals from them now. So the industry is working better, you know, and it's going to get to where it needs to be soon.
All right, let's talk about, I mean, you're here in Nigeria, and I'm sure you must have met a few Nollywood actors.
Yeah.
Afro was last week, where we had John Boyega, who was in town.
I saw he was in town.
Oh, yeah. So there was it was more like a marriage where, you know, John Boyega came, talked about, you know, what he intends to do. He's, you know, looking at investing in the Nollywood industry. And we've had quite a few Hollywood actors who have Nigerian descent also who have interests in partnering with the Nollywood industry. In the nearest future, how can we solidify that gap, you know, and bridge it between the Hollywood and the Nollywood industry?
I was just in Delta State, and I spoke at the Film Village, and I was telling them that in the States, a lot of the artists, major artists like Beyonce and these other people, they come and do the films, the short films. So I just feel like a lot of the Afrobeat stars should come and do projects, you know, do movies, do short films to push Nollywood. Me, myself, my ultimate goal was always to build like a film studio here.
Okay.
Whether it's Lagos or Delta, either one. Because I want to bridge that gap. You know, I'm African American.
Yeah.
My dad was born in Delta State, so I just feel like we got to collab, man. We can't be separative, you know? We got to come together and bring this thing to one.
Okay. Let's talk about you as a musician, because now that the studios are on strike, you're in Lagos. Are you going to record anything? What's the music scene like for you?
I thought about it. So my first song I released was called Kedu.
Okay.
And then I released another one called I Got You. Music is a way of venting for me.
Okay.
You know, a way for me to express myself. I'm not always in the studio. Usually when I feel motivated, I'm there, and when something comes to me, you know, I release it and record music. So I'm in the process of recording some music now, and I will be back. I will be back to collab with a lot of Afrobeat artists.
Afrobeat artists, fantastic. Before we let you go, let's talk about the Black community for a minute, because we have seen that, well, a few Black actors have they've made certain remarks about how the Hollywood industry isn't recipient of them. It doesn't receive them, doesn't welcome them, doesn't accept them. Also doesn't give them enough opportunities even to thrive as actors. And that's why you see the likes of the Tyler Perrys, Shonda Rhimes, you know, also creating creating platforms for, you know, giving Black actors an opportunity to thrive.
Yes.
Where do you see that? I mean, is there room for even more Black Hollywood actors, producers, to create more rooms and opportunities for, Black actors to thrive in the industry?
I think it's evolving,
Right.
We come from people like Spike Lee. You look at Snowfall. A lot of these, a lot of actors now are producing. Daniel Ezra, Damson Idris.
Exactly.
A lot of them are just not actors anymore.
They're producing now.
So they're creating content and producing shows for more actors to come in.
Yeah.
It was big in the industry. A lot of people don't speak on it. But when we go out for roles now we have like the British actors coming in. So I used to be in auditions and they would say, man, how these British actors coming in getting roles, And that was big, but I feel like if you come in and you have the skill and you have the talent, then you deserve the role, And I also saw, it's a big concern with, I guess, American actors playing African actors too.
Yeah,
I saw that.
That was quite it went viral. It became a controversy as to, but we've seen you also have play in Bob Hearts Abishola, your Igbo, but you had to, have an
That was
accent,
tough.
a Yoruba accent.
Yeah, that was
How did
tough.
that? How did you do that? How did?
Gina, the writer and producer of the show, she helped. I also had a couple actors that was there
Okay.
that helped as well. I forgot the preacher I was listening to, but I was listening to a preacher and I was just hearing his accent and everything like that. So that's how I
You want
got
to
into
do a
that.
little bit of that for us before we head over to the kitchen? Just a little bit.
Improv.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I could do a little. Baba Tunde Timi Tokpek Ola Tunji.
Yeah, and this is my asset. I love
This
it.
is my best assets. I came up with that in the makeup try. I was like, how can I make this stand out? And I just did like this.
Oh, nice. I love it. Oh, Darren, it's such a pleasure having you right here with us on the show. But I hope you like Eba.
I know.
Oh, we're taking you to Igbo land with our recipe this morning. Our chef Pelumi has made something very delicious, ofe owere. So we're taking you to the kitchen.
Okay.
Shall we?
You know what's crazy? Let me express this too.